Hi guys, welcome to Essential Practice. Radis here. This specific class is focused on deep core activation. And the very important thing to remember on your yoga journey is that we are not only focusing on flexibility, we are not just lengthening the muscles. The very important part of yoga practice is to strengthen the muscles. And that's what this session is about, as well as our next session focusing on upper body strength. When we use the term core, we think about the muscles that are located in the abdominal area. Now, the term deep core specifically describes four muscles. We've got pelvic floor muscles, we've got diaphragm muscle at the top, we've got a very important muscle, transversus abdominis, with its horizontal fibers running around your waist. Also we've got multifidi, which is the muscle runs along your spine. It's sort of like a shoelaces shape. All those muscles are responsible for stability in your spine. So they're not really generating a big movement in your body. They're more about holding your lower spine, your mid-spine in place and supporting the architecture of your body. We're going to explore these muscles in our practice today. First thing to connect with is our sit bones. So those are those landmarks right here, bony bits. Anytime you're cycling on your bicycle, those two bones are, you feel them sitting on your saddle. So now grab your right sit bone and pull it back together with your glutes muscles attached to that pelvis structure. Now lean to the second side and grab your left sit bone and pull it back. So those two sit bones are very important landmarks. In position like Sukhasana, you want to sit on your sit bones, not so much on your buttocks muscle, but more slightly tilted forward. Now you've got your pubic bone, and also you've got your sacrum, your coccyx. Those 4 points, they sort of create like a structure. We call it a pelvic floor, a group of muscles woven together. Now, we've got also a term we use, Bandha, lock, energy lock. Mula Bandha translates to English as a root lock. When you apply your root lock, you focus on engaging your pelvic floor muscles. So it's not a grip, it's more just a tone in your pelvic floor muscles. Now also we've got Uddiyana Bandha, which is flying up lock. It applies to a space here just above your belly button, your solar plexus area, and it's to do with engaging your transversus abdominis muscle. And when you palpate, touch gently your front ribs, you can feel those points here, your lower ribs. Now you want to draw those lower ribs in. That's how you activate your Uddiyana Bandha, your second lock. We also have got a rectus abdominis, which is your six-pack muscle, and internal and external obliques. Great. Let's start. Please lie down on your back. Lie down on your back with your knees bent and feet hip-width apart. And notice in this position, you should be able to slide your hands underneath your lower spine. There's a natural curve. So what I want to ask you to do is to actually flatten that curve and press your lower spine into your mat. And then lift your feet and position your shins parallel to the floor and place your hands on top of your knees. Straighten your elbows and press your shoulder blades flat. Now, finding that engagement in your abdomen, Uddiyana Bandha, so pressing your knees into your hands and pressing your hands into your knees, flatten your spine more, and you can feel how the whole area of your waist, your abdomen engages. Feel that action, pressing your knees into your hands, hands into your knees. Now keep your right hand where it is and straighten your left leg forward and extend your left arm over your head. Flatten your spine more. Press your lower spine into your mat. A bit of shaking. And then switch. Press your both palms into your knees, knees into your hands, elbows straight. Extend your right leg forward and take your right arm over your head. And flatten your spine again. Transversus, abdominus, your corset muscle. Draw your front ribs in. And exhale. Come back to your starting position. Again, flat spine. And relax. So the way to find your flat spine, you can slide your hands underneath your lower spine, your lumbar spine, and then press your spine into your hands. And when you press your spine into your hands, your sit bones lift. That action, we're looking to find that same action lying down flat. So bend your knees, elbows are straight, deepen your breath, and try it again. Press your hands into your knees and flatten your spine. Spine is flat, elbows straight, shoulders back. A deep core engagement. Transversus abdominus. Draw your front ribs in. And relax. So now we're going to add a twist to that same action, activating the internal and external obliques. And when we twist, we activate those two muscles on the side. Interlace your hands behind your skull, open your elbows wide apart, and keep your knees above your hips. Your shins are parallel to the floor. Now inhale, exhale, lift up. So the first action to engage your rectus, abdominus, transversus, engage your deep core, and now we can twist to the right. Left elbow goes in direction of your right outer knee. Then come back. Inhale, lift. Keep your knees above your hips. Spine is flat. Exhale, twist. Second side. Come back. Inhale, exhale, twist. First side, lift your chest and chin. Twist more. Feel that side of your waist activating. And come back again. Inhale, exhale, twist. To the second side. And release. Take a moment to just relax your belly, bring the soles of your feet touching, and open your pelvis, open your knees wide apart, shoulders flat. Lengthen, deepen your breath. Great, and please come to sitting with your legs straight. We've got many different core activation poses in Hatha Yoga. A very common pose is called boat pose, Navasana. We're going to enter this pose from sitting in Dandasana, staff pose. Now, you're going to lean backward and remember about the tilts in your pelvis. So you're going to add a bit of a posterior tilt, rounding a bit of a lumbar spine. So your lumbar spine is actually in the flexion instead of extension. Arms are in front of you. Feel already your core engaged. Then lift one leg and then lift your second leg. Boat pose. It's also about your rectus abdominus. Lift your pubic bone more towards your breastbone, strengthening deep core, legs are straight. The way to modify this position, you can practice with your knees bent, supporting your thighs from behind and trying to balance on your sit bones, trying to find just the right amount of weight on your sit bones so you're not falling backward or forward, balancing. Then stage 2, straighten both legs. See how that helps. Then if you feel stronger in your core, you can go into full pose. Wonderful. Take a moment to rest. Now we're going to add a twist. So coming back, modify version. Clasp your hands behind your thigh, lift your heart, tilt your pelvis, posterior tilt, and come up to your balance. Finding your balance, use your core. Now, extend your arms over your head. Shins are parallel to the floor. Exhale, twist. Twist to the right. Take your left elbow outside of your right knee. Feel again the external obliques muscle engaging when we're twisting. And then come back. Exhale. Back to the starting position. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And relax. Cross-legged position. Bow forward to release and rest. Core, again, strength building, focus in our practice. You feel the energy rising. The deep core muscles are super important. They control the stability in our movement, functional movement, everyday life. Good. Now, from boat, we can go to half boat. Come back to your modified version of your boat position, Navasana, and straighten your legs. That's your boat. arms straight. Then go to your half boat. Your legs are just above the mat. Legs are straight. Press your lower spine into your mat. Shoulders lifted. Elbows straight. And come back to your boat. Let's do it a couple of more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Modify boat pose. Half boat. Exhale. Great. And again, relax. Forward bend again. Remember, it's cooling, calming your nervous system. Okay, so we are in a seated position, cross-legged. Grab your blocks and place your blocks either side of your pelvis. Place your hands on top of your blocks. Now, we're going to focus on engaging our pelvic floor muscles. Draw your sit bones towards each other and your tailbone pulls towards your pubic bone. So you are tightening your pelvic floor muscles and applying your root lock. You're going to press your hands into your blocks and lift your pelvis. Push down through your hands. You're lifting your pelvic floor muscles. Pull your belly in more, narrow your waist. And also you are strengthening your upper body, strengthening your shoulders, which will continue in our next class. And then relax. In your level 1 practice, you will experience many poses which we call arm balances. It's very important to know how to apply your core activation, how to engage your pelvic floor muscles, your transverses, to have that successful experience when you perform your arm balances. One more time, switch the cross of your legs and press your hands down into your blocks. Inhale, exhale, lift. Lift your pelvic floor, push down through your hands. So more advanced version of this pose, progressing it further. Lift one foot off the mat. Deepen your breath. Maybe lift both. Lolasana. And relax. Deep core activation. Again, take a moment to lengthen, deepen your breath. Great. Let's practice our core engagement in a couple of more shapes. First, without the blocks, come to your hands and to your knees. Take your knees a couple of inches further back, with more space between your wrists and your knees, and extend your right leg straight. Lift, anterior tilt in your pelvis. Lift your heart. That's our cow pose. And then as you exhale, bring your right knee forward and round your spine. Push down through your hands and try to bring your knee towards your nose. Deep core activation again. Bring your knee closer as you push down through your hands.
Rounding your spine, lift your pelvic floor muscles, activating your root lock, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha.
And exhale. Switch. Left leg goes back. Lengthen your spine, look forward. Exhale, round.
Bring your left knee to your nose. Again, press down through your hands to round your spine more. Bring your nose closer to your knee closer to your nose. And feel again your deep core activation. Breathe, long deep breath. Lift your belly button, pull your belly button towards your spine.
And rest. So we're going to repeat that. And with the blocks, we use that same rounding of the spine in our transitions. So we're going to come up to downward facing dog. On your blocks, your hands are resting on your blocks. Straighten your legs. Take your sit bones back and apart. Open your pelvis. Stretch your spine. Push through your hands to stretch your shoulders as well. Then lift your right leg up. Inhale. Right leg straight. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Shift your weight forward. Your shoulders end up above your wrists and round your spine. Bring your knee to your nose. Round your spine. Lift your waist. Feel the deep core again. Working root lock, Uddiyana Bandha. And then step your right foot all the way in between your blocks. And lower your left knee down. So we're continuing. Rise up to Anjani Asana. Remember this pose, hip opener. Now come back to our twisting. You can see how every pose is linked with different perspective, working with different parts of the body. Come back to your cactus arms. You remember that very well. Now we're going to twist again, applying our deep core muscles. So lift your pelvic floor, draw your sit bones in, stabilize this position, and pull your belly button in, narrow your waist, so that's your transversus abdominis, and twist all the way to the right. Use your core to twist. Use your core to twist. And then come back. Reach your arms straight. Stretch your hips, bend your front knee, lift through your heart. Now we're stretching the abdomen muscles, maintaining a slight tone as well. Exhale, step back to your downward facing dog.
Breath long and deep. Switch legs, lift your left leg up, inhale.
Bring your left
knee to your nose and hold it 3 breaths. Push through your hands, around your spine, knee to nose to knee. Lift your waist, belly button.
And step your left leg all the way in between your blocks. Put your right knee down and come up to your Anjani Asana, low lunge. Bend your elbows, cactus arms. Engage your deep core muscles. Lift your pelvic floor. Narrow your waist. Draw your front ribs in. And twist all the way to the left. Deep twist. Bend your knee more. Twist more to the left. Use your deep core muscles as well to deepen your twist. And exhale, release.
touch the floor and step back to your downward facing dog. And relax for a moment. You can feel that heat rising immediately. The energy locks are a very important part of the yoga practice. In more advanced practice, you will observe how important is the core when you transition between the poses in more fast-paced yoga styles. This is crucial for stability in your yoga practice. Great. One more thing. Lie down on your back. I'm going to use this strap. Start with your knees bent and extend your right leg straight up. Place your strap on top of your ball of your right foot. Hold the strap with both hands. We've done it before. It's a hamstring stretch. That's the very first stage. Enter into this pose. Now we're going to straighten the left leg forward, right leg straight up. Holding that leg, release the strap and see if you can hold the leg without any help, without letting your leg drop. Keep your knee straight and press your lower spine flat. Now inhale here and exhale, lift your head, your chest, your shoulders and extend your arms forward. Core activation. One more example of how we can use that pelvic floor, transverses. Everything is engaging. Take your right leg to the right and come up a little bit higher. Come up a little bit higher. Come back, leg straight up. And then twisting, take that right leg to the left. And your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Adding the twist. Breathe. Come up a little bit higher. Make your top leg straighter. Come back to neutral. And then slowly lower your right leg down flat. And take a moment to relax. Bend your knees again. Start with your strap. Position your strap on the ball of your left foot. And straighten your left leg up. Left knee straight, hold the strap with both hands, shoulders flat. And straighten your right leg forward. And without using the strap, allow your leg just be without any support. Then lift chest. Press your lower spine into your mat to deepen the activation and come up a little bit higher. Trying to bring your knee towards your nose. Open your hip. Take your left leg to the left. Left elbow is inside of your left thigh. Come up a little bit higher. Then come back to the center. And twist. Take your left leg to the right. And twist your body to the left. And again, try to lift yourself a little bit higher. Come back to neutral, leg straight. And come back down slowly, lower your left leg with control.
Well deserved Shavasana. Take time to relax. Breath is long and deep. Become aware of your breath and moving your fingers, toes. Bend your knees and roll to the right side. Use your left hand to come up to sitting. Shift your weight to one side and find your sit bone again. And pull your sit bone back. And again, second side, find your second sit bone and pull it back. You feel like you are sitting more on sit bones. Tilt your pelvis more forward. Your coccyx and your pubic bone are even. Feel like you did some great workout, strengthening your muscles, heat rising, energizing. Continuing this conversation in our next practice. Bring your palms to your heart. Namaste.